Hello, everybody. I'm Bill Anderson, and alongside me is the head football coach at Cascade, Jake Tyre. Who is that guy?
Hey,
Guy's won 4 in a row. Who that guy is?
that's right. They've played well the last 4 weeks. It's been a good little run we've been on. We've came out and played some pretty good football, played some close games, and it's the guys are doing a good job right now.
Coach, first 2 weeks of the season, of course, more canny. A lot of people they're undefeated.
Mm-hmm.
Then you had the game with Rich with the slow starts, though.
Yeah.
What's changed here recently? You come out of the gate in this ball game, you go down 7-0, get the ball back. You're up 13-0, and then of course they didn't cover that little swinging gate play. Kenny and I called it, and you're up 15-0. That's huge and on.
Yeah, it is. Like I say, we they got the ball first, and we made them punt, and then we got the ball first, and threw an interception first play of the game, and then we made them.
What are you thinking throwing a football, coach? First play of the game? Saw something on film.
We saw something on film,
Right.
and it just they covered it well, and we threw it up there, and then the guy intercepted. And like I say, but our defense stood strong, and they kicked like a 45, 40, tried to kick a 46-yard field goal and missed it, and got the ball back. And been the story the last few weeks, man. We just Sawyer Lovern and Hayden Dow we went down the field and scored in 2 or 3 plays. It wasn't very many, and went up 7-0. Kicked the ball off. They got the ball back. I think their second play or their second drive, they fumbled it. So we got a short field, scored 2 plays, I think. And we do our little swinging gate, and we do it 2 or 3 different ways. So we don't do it all to one side. We split them out on both sides, and, it gets up to the quarterback to count numbers and see who's got the less numbers. And they just didn't have enough in the middle. So he just kept it and ran it in for 2. And after that, it was kind of a force kind of dominated the time of possession and plays rest of half. I think, crazy stat, I think we only ran 14 plays in the first half on offense.
Wow.
So they were taking time away, getting 4 or 5 yards here and there. They scored once in the second quarter, and then we held them right there. Right before half, they could have kicked a field goal. I don't know why they didn't. They had plenty of time, and the clock just ran out on them. I don't know if they didn't call a timeout. I thought they still had a timeout, or they could have spiked the ball, and they just didn't do it. And went to halftime, had a long halftime. Both our bands, Cascade and Forest, played. Posted 2 really good bands. Came out second half. All halftime, we talked about, man, I bet they're going to do it. I bet they're going to kick an onside kick. I bet they're going to kick an onside kick. And we go out there, and we didn't set up for them to kick an onside kick, and they kicked an onside kick. So they got the ball back. Went down, scored, made it 15-14. We get the ball back.
Were you surprised they didn't go for 2 right there?
Yeah, I really was. I mean, I don't know. That early in the game, though, I don't know if I would have either. And then we score another touchdown, make it 22-15. Their last drive of the third quarter, we kind of imploded. We had 3 big personal fouls. We stopped them on a 4th and 3, had a personal foul. Some of the fans were jawing at our kids, and they were jawing back, and they got another personal foul, and they ended up scoring on that drive to make it 22-22 right there at the end of the third quarter. And then we get the ball back, 4th quarter, turn it over. Second play of the drive, turn it over on our own 40, and we hold them. We hold them 4 and out, 3 and out. They punt to us. Next drive, we drive it kind of slow and methodically down the field, score, make it 29-22. They got the ball back. I think they got the ball back with about 4 minutes to go. And they got down to about the 20-25, got a personal foul and backed them up on a 3rd and long then, and they had 2 incompletions in a row, got the ball back with about 2 minutes to go, and clocked it from there on. So it was a good win over a good, long-time rival, region win. Kind of sets us up, when you get that first region win, you're not playing behind the 8 ball, especially with a 5-team region like we're
Right.
in. So it kind of gets us going in the right direction now. You get that first region win, and it can set you up to possibly play for a region championship, have a home field playoff game. So we're not having to fight and claw for that first region win. So it was a good game all around. Like I say, we can clean some stuff up. Didn't run a whole lot of offensive plays.
Sorry,
like I
LeBourne
said,
still carried the football a bunch.
Yeah, I think he had
27 carries, wasn't it?
No, it was week 4. He had let's see, I had it right here. He only had 14 carries
14,
and had 186 and 3 touchdowns. Hayden Dow had 10 carries, had 76 and a touchdown. We only threw the ball 7 times, I think. And Hayden Dow had a couple, and Saban Burst had a couple. So, like I said, we didn't have very many offensive plays.
Defensively, who stood out for you Friday night?
Oh, defensively, we moved the kid. He's a senior. Had never played football before he came to us as a freshman. Came a little late. Aiden Jordan. We've been trying him, and every year tried him a new position. Whether he started out as a cornerback, went to linebacker. I mean, he's probably 6 foot, 135, 45 pounds soaking wet. And Friday was like, man, we need somebody quick at nose guard. So we put him in nose guard. And that joker had 14 tackles, had a sack, had a strip sack. And he probably could have had 20 plus if he really knew what he was. He had 3 days in the position, never played it before. And he's quick as lightning. Got some long arms.
That'd help you down the road here, couldn't it?
Oh, absolutely. I mean, it put something else in our toolbox there,
right,
where we got a quick defensive lineman, because we're really big up front. So you add that speed to it,
right?
It kind of messing people up. They weren't ready for it. And I wasn't ready for him to have that kind of game like that. He probably could have had, if he really been playing it all year and knew exactly what he was doing. I mean, he was just after playing. He could have 20 plus tackles Friday night, man. And but he had 14, and I mean that's big. That's most of the defense line's had in a long time. So, like I said, defense, he did a good job, and I think Logan Morton again playing both sides of the ball. He had 11 tackles. So, like I said, we've got some kids that are stepping up and doing a good job.
Kicking game this week. Special teams. How'd that work this week?
We didn't try any field goals. Didn't really have a chance to try any field goals. He did a good job kicking off. He was kicking it right there to the end zone.
That's huge. I know a kicker that can do that.
Yeah, I know a couple was right there at the end zone. I thought they'd called him in the end zone, and they never called a touchback, but that's fine. Pinned him back deep on those couple of kicks. I mean, we tackled him inside the 10, so he does a good job with that. Punting too. I think we punted once Friday night, so he's done a good job. I mean, a really good job. Like I say, I don't. If we have an opportunity to kick a field goal, we kick a field goal.
Right. He's got the leg.
Yeah, we just hadn't had very many opportunities. We're either scoring or Sawyer's putting us on his back. Like I said, Sawyer's just the last couple of weeks. I mean, his balance and his vision. I mean, he doesn't go down when you hit him one time. I mean, I think at one point Friday, the last touchdown he scored, he went into the pile, and I swear I thought it was tackled, and then all of a sudden I look up and he's standing in the end zone. So. And Hayden Dow has been a great compliment to him. He's got good vision, and they're doing a really good job with the run game right now.
Today's show is brought to you by the Winter Circle, 603 Evans Street, 931-684-2912. They got all sorts of stuff in here. You can stop in and see them. Coach, I'm going to run over a couple scores, and we're going to move on to Monterey this week on the road. Anything kind of sticks out, let me know. Moore County, 55, Cornersville, 14. Kind of surprised how big that one was.
I was too.
Huntland, Richland, really close game, 18-14. Huntland could have, should have, maybe could have won it.
Yeah, that's how I heard that they were inside the 5 at the end of the game.
That's what I heard too. Fumbled it. Community 28, Cannon County 67. Cannon County be coming up for you later, but actually Community scored some points this week, so showed some improvement. Marshall County 41, Fayetteville 6. Not surprised Marshall County won that game at all. I think Fayetteville's had some troubles this year. Marion County, Chattanooga Brainerd 30-12. And then Gordonsville beat Monterey 23-7. That's this week's game.
Yeah.
Long road trip up to Putnam County.
Yeah.
Unique stadium, unique place to go.
It's
and make sure you take the interstate, because I made the mistake a couple of weeks ago and tried to come back and not do it. Added 35 minutes to the drive.
Yeah.
You got to take the interstate.
Yeah, we'll take the interstate all the way up. It'll be I might, like I said, some of my coaches hadn't been on staff for a while. They were like, Coach, this is a long tour. Why'd you schedule this game? One, is they're a good ball team. We need some competition. 2, it's not that long of a trip, really. And when you look at our old region, man, we were making these trips every week. And like the guys on my staff that played for me, like, hey, this ain't a long trip. This ain't very bad. And so, like I said, it'll be about an hour and 45 on the bus. It's all interstate, 40 to it's right there on the interstate. So, but it's going to be unique. First time I've been there. I've never been to this place. Now I've never been to the high school, never been to the football field. So they got a neat little stadium. Like I said, it's they got one side. They just got one side of bleachers. They don't have a visitor side. It's kind of built into the school, so it's kind of. I've just seen pictures of it, so it's
sort of almost in a pit or a hole there. It's like it's almost below ground.
It's pretty neat. So what I've seen of it, so it'll be something new for the kids, new for us. New team. We haven't played. I don't know if we've played them since maybe since the 80s. I think Kenny was saying they played them maybe back in the 80s, but we scrimmaged them a few times, and it just kind of fell into one of those games. Kind of fell into, and neither one of us could find a game for that week. And
Monterey's 3A, correct?
No, they're 2A.
Oh, they're 2A.
Yeah, they'll be. They're in the region that we will open up with in the playoffs. So they're in region 3. So we could see them again in the playoffs, depending on where we seed. And I think they're sitting at the 3 seed right now over there. And
they're 3-3 this year, aren't they?
And we're sitting at the 3. Well, we're sitting tied for first right now. So we get a home field win the region or something like that, we could see them again in the playoffs.
Well, everybody, if you get a chance, head up to Putnam County, Monterey. You hit up the interstate. Cookville, just keep going to the Monterey exit right there, and it's right there. I mean, it's right there off the interstate.
Right on the interstate.
And if you take the interstate, not a bad drive. Just don't take Highway 70 and that side road, I can tell you. Hopefully we get some people to come up there. But, Coach, you got to feel good. Absolutely. 4 straight wins in a row. And it does feel like, to me, you're getting better every week.
We are. Well, I mean, like I said, and then our competition is kind of ramped up as the seasons went. Last 2 weeks playing Watertown and Chapel Hill, they're both really good ball teams, really good programs, traditionally really, really good. And like I said, we've got out quick and we've maintained the lead the whole game. We hadn't been behind in I don't know how many 3 or 4 weeks we hadn't been behind in a game. So like I say, it's the kids are enjoying it, hopefully staying injury free. It's something that for a small team is big for us. And so we're limiting those, and Monday practices are a whole lot better when you win on Friday.
Oh, absolutely.
So
absolutely.
Like I said, JV's on the road. They're going to Chapel Hill tonight. So hoping they do well. I'll get some updates here in a little while. But
how was the crowd Friday night?
It was a good crowd. It was wasn't as big as Moore County, but it was a good crowd. Wasn't as quite as many people there as I expected to be, and but still, I mean, there's 1,000, 1,200 people there. I mean, it's still a good crowd.
Great crowd.
Especially for a small school. So the bleachers were full, both sides. Fences were packed all the way around. So, like I said, it was a good game. It was a good rivalry game, and like I said, we came out on top. And like I say, that you can't ask for more than that. The kids played hard.
And I don't know if there's a bigger rivalry on your schedule than Forest. That's just got to be just right up there at the top.
Yeah, it for us it is, and I mean I know it is for them too. Like I said, there's not a whole lot of love lost between the two programs. So, like I said, it was a good game. Coaches did a fantastic job. Offensive staff, defensive staff, they do a really good job game planning and finding out what we need to do to stop the other team. So I was really pleasantly surprised Friday.
Get a chance, head up to Monterey, check out the Cascade Champions. They're on a roll. They've won 4 in a row. We're going to try to make it 5 in a row come Friday night. For Jake Tyre, I'm Bill Anderson, and we'll be back here next Monday and hopefully on a Victory Monday with the next Jake Tyre show. And we'll see you next week.
See you guys.